Special thanks to Kyvor, Mary McDowell, LW, Captain Luppy, Vox, Roach Zoch, Jorgen, The Reaver, Mahdi Navi, Gym Leader Goldie, Bryce Bassett, David Mason, Honor Higgins, Trash Gang, Seti, Big Wolf, Matt H. and Stuff, Undefined, Max CRSS, and Paul Tholomew.
It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya.
The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay.
You're right.
So the real person who killed Mr. Corrida was...
that assassin. Mr. Shelley de Killer, right?
And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one who hired de Killer to begin with? Who is his client?
You mean, who asked for the murder?
That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer.
Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews?
I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself?
But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then... no, it can't be.
Matt Engarde himself?
If Mr. Engarde really did hire the assassin...
then he is not innocent at all. Far from it. He would be guilty of the crime.
But it can't be Mr. Engarde, right? I mean, when we first talked with him...
I didn't see any psych locks at the time. Actually, that reminds me.
Did you remember something, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, something Miss Andrews said. Something interesting at the trial today.
So what is this interesting thing?
Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls?
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. And that's what he thought, anyway. It looked like somehow, Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Mr. Engarde's secret? What is the secret?
I don't know yet, but for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Corrida was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Engarde had plenty of motive to have Mr. Corrida silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Engarde. There's no way around it now.
Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of this secret Mr. Corrida held about Mr. Engarde and Miss Andrews' real intentions. These are two things I must know tonight.
But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center?
I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. Hey! Wait!
What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason, and I was told to use it to search the whole hotel.
That's the bug sweeper, isn't it?
I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Edgipoo, and he said...
If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer.
So I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you.
Ugh. Gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are.
This is absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of those presents.
Very interesting.
I'm sure it was. You know, it was to catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting.
Scandalous? What's that?
It means... Well, you know that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan and that manager?
Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews?
I'll let you in on another secret, youngin'. I know who planted the spy camera. It was that obnoxious, puffy-haired photographer girl. The nerve of some people spying on people by herself. As if I wouldn't want to see it for myself, too.
Wow! The alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change.
I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet it's nothing good.
But I didn't say anything.
What? Let me guess. You want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two.
Oh?
I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard.
I don't know that I've heard anyone say anything like that about him and Miss Andrews.
Andrews? You mean you don't know? That other manager woman Juan had? It's a shame she killed herself, though.
Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impax, Miss Andrews' mentor, right?
Yes, that's the one! That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know.
Married? You mean to Mr. Corrida?
Really? You young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement.
3 days after their marriage announcement? What in the...
Why would Miss Impax want to kill herself? She was going to get married.
Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan.
What?
But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right?
They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly canceled their marriage.
Is that true?
It was in the weekly magazines.
But why? Why did he do that?
That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. That night, after Juan called off the wedding, that manager, Celeste, killed herself.
How terrible.
I wonder what happened between those two.
Look, there's a lot more ground to cover, and as much as I'd love to stay here and gossip about my beloved Juan, I'd rather have the company of the stuffed bear than a whippersnapper like you!
Yet another charming departure.
It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened.
Hey, hurry up with that, will ya? Pass that victims list around. Now you're speaking nonsense. There's more than 100 people on there.
Mr. Nick? Is Mr. Engarde a really bad, terrible criminal?
Actually, Pearl's... Never mind. It sounds like they're working on a different case.
Hey, you're Mr. Engarde's lawyer, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness.
A decisive witness? You mean for Mr. Engarde's case?
We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth.
What's Edgeworth up to now?
Who is this witness?
I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
Between the kidnapper's demand and now this? I can't see any way to win here.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission. So there you go. I've already called them, so they know. Go on. Go talk to your heart's content.
Thank you very much.
This is such good news, Mr. Nick!
Go talk to your heart's content? It sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Engarde and Miss Andrews are in this detention center.
I've got my orders here, Mr. Wright. You may speak with either Mr. Matt Engarde or Miss Adrien Andrews, but only one at a time. Which'll it be?
Might as well start with my actual client. I'd like to speak to Mr. Engarde first, please.
Just a moment.
it's Mr. Wright. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you.
I hope so too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me and said that Juan Corrida was killed by an assassin, and that assassin's client is this man, Matt Engarde.
What's wrong?
Mr. Engarde, there is something I must know with 100% certainty.
You seem kind of different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer self, dude.
Did you know about Mr. Corrida and Miss Andrews' relationship?
That Adrien. I never thought she'd go this far to frame me for the crime. I mean, what does she have against me? Dude, I don't get it.
That's something I would like to know too. Do you have any ideas at all? Even the slightest clue?
Huh? What? Me? Don't be silly, Mr. Lawyer Dude. How am I supposed to know something like that?
Mr. Engarde, I have to know everything you know if I'm going to provide you the best defense possible. Again, did you know about Mr. Corrida and Miss Andrews' relationship?
Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life.
Miss Andrews? She had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corrida. Her mentor was Mr. Corrida's manager, and Miss Andrews was trying to get Miss Celeste Impacts' suicide note from him.
Celeste?
This report contains information regarding her suicide. Does that jog any memories? Mr. Engarde.
Dude, I know I asked you to be my lawyer and all, but I don't think I have to tell you anything and everything.
What do you mean by that?
It just means I don't have to tell you anything and everything, dude. Dude, I suddenly got totally hungry. You up for a pizza? My treat.
Mr. Nick? What's a pizza? Oh, is it a kind of pea? Like green peas?
Let's go eat one later, okay?
I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop.
That's too bad. But anyway, about the press conference.
You mean the one where Juan was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai?
Yeah. I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews.
It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Could you please fill me in on what this secret is? Please? I knew this was coming.
You said a secret, right? But you don't have any idea what it is, do you, dude?
This is a very important matter. Please. You must tell me. What is the secret?
Well, hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult my lawyer, okay?
Hello? This is Phoenix Wright.
Oh, hey, Mr. Lawyer Dude. Sorry, but dude, you totally don't have any idea. And I really don't care at all about what Juan was up to, okay? So it's like that.
Looks like he said everything he's going to say. Excuse me, guard? I think we're done here.
All right then. Right this way, sir.
See you for tomorrow's big show, dude!
Did you want to speak to Miss Andrews as well?
Might as well.
One moment, sir.
Oh, it's you.
I'm sorry to be visiting you at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight.
Me? I thought your client was Matt.
I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Corrida had on Mr. Engarde. I'd like to ask you about Matt Engarde, if you don't mind.
Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean.
You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Engarde. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival?
That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. That things have come to this. I have nothing left to say about that man. Not one word.
Why did you try to frame Mr. Engarde?
That's simple. Because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police?
But there had to be another way.
The police are excellent at doing their job, so they'd figure it out, right?
Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death.
Miss Andrews.
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason, so please, tell me why you did what you did.
Revenge.
Huh? Did you say something just now?
Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy.
I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say revenge.
Is there something else, or are we done here?
Good night, Miss Andrews.
Oh, Mr. Wright! Please, you have to help me.
Mr. Powers?
What happened? Why are you here?
You see, I got roped into this somehow.
What?
And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial.
So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers?
I was talking with a detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home when all of a sudden, "You there! You're under arrest!" And I was brought back here. They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something.
Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious.
I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime?
So, about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about?
I really don't know yet. But it looks like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me.
You saw something important? What was it?
Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone else, and especially not that lawyer, he said.
Who do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me.
Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya and myself are your only two allies in this whole world, but it's alright!
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I?
This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going.
But what is he really like?
Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He's always said it's just a game, just to justify himself.
What? How horrible! That's unforgivable!
Ow! Sorry. Didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once, there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me.
One person who wouldn't swoon over him?
His manager. You know, this Adrien Andrews.
Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic?
You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world has a dazzling sort of image, right?
A dazzling sort of image, but aren't you part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers?
No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen.
Well, that's true.
Oh, hey! So did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide?
You mean Miss Impax?
We heard something about how her wedding was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day. About that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about it? Go on, go ahead.
Mr. Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity. What do you know about Miss Impax?
She was with Global Studios for a while way back when. But some things happened and she ended up moving over to Worldwide Studios.
Some things? As in?
Well, there's no one left around who knows about the details, you know. Only rumors are left now. Even her death is a bit of a mystery, it seems. Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note, and they say that Juan went and hid it.
We heard about that in court today, but there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note.
Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Corrida?
Why do you figure so?
Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends, and she said, it looks like I may have been caught with an insidious man.
An insidious man? She named Mr. Corrida by that?
Well, there's no one that fits that bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note.
I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, the kidnapper. Has he said anything since then?
Well, he tried, but there was a lot of interference.
I see.
Mr. Nick, your phone!
Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it?
I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. Sounds kind of ominous.
Yeah, I know.
Hello?
We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back in the office really soon.
What's wrong?
Something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth, Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's no good. The end.
Hello? Oh, he got cut off.
What's going on, Mr. Nick?
Gumshoe said we need to get back to the office right away.
Then we should hurry back.
I'm scared to go back.
What are you talking about? Mr. Nick, pull yourself together.
Maybe it'll be good news.
Somehow. I doubt that.
Hey, pal! Mr. Edgeworth's already back.
Well, what happened?
We got him. We know who bought that spy camera.
This quickly?
And this bear's what gave him away, pal. I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera.
Wasn't that Mr. Edgeworth that figured...
Shh, pearls. And? Go on.
There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room?
Matt Engarde.
Huh?
Matt Engarde. Your client, that's who, pal.
Oh, and here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear
I
was...
heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear.
A receipt. That's all you have?
Nah, it's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. Engarde. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Engarde's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Engarde himself.
Oh, my sight. My sight is failing me. This can't be. What? What about the spy camera we found?
That was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for you to file away into evidence. I know you don't want to give up, pal.
I never thought. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Corrida's room was Matt Engarde.
Why? Why would Mr. Engarde do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Corrida at one of their rendezvous.
I bet is not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera.
You gonna see him? Mr. Engarde, I mean?
Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we will find out next.
I'm scared myself. But I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Matt Engarde, what in the world have you done?
Back again? You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., dude.
I think it's time you told me the truth.
Relax. Don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk.
Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Corrida had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed?
I told you before, dude, I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep saying it till I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on, I was in the middle of a nap!
Don't lie to me.
Huh?
I know you paid close attention to Mr. Corrida, especially on that night. This bear was in Mr. Corrida's room on the night of the murder. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan.
So? It's a present, dude. It actually looks kind of classy, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I hear it's quite expensive. Which is why it is very odd that this very small video camera was hidden inside this bear's eye.
Maybe it's just a really curious bear?
Well, whatever this bear saw was sent somewhere using this transmitter, which means someone on the night of the murder was secretly filming Mr. Corrida's room.
I guess Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude?
Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan.
You sure, dude? Who else could it be from?
Mr. Engarde, don't you know this bear from somewhere?
I don't think I have ever met Mr. Bear before, dude.
Oh, but he says he knows you. Oh, how could you forget such a great friend?
What else did the bear tell you?
He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. Engarde.
If I didn't know how you work in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg.
Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet.
Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first?
I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. Engarde. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear.
Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to the department store all the time, okay? This $3,800, this could be the toothbrush I bought that one time.
$3,800 toothbrush?
It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles.
Ew. Elephant hair? Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyways, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him your autograph, did you not?
Dude, you should have said that earlier. So, can I ask you one thing?
Yes?
You're my lawyer, right, dude? So, if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that?
Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you.
Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay?
No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential.
So, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to find out what I want to know. Because I must. Are you familiar with this?
What's this card?
This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelley de Killer, and I'm sure you know him, don't you?
Shelley de Killer? That's ridiculous. Well, why would I know some shady scumbag like him?
If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it! I'm finally starting to get to the truth! Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelley de Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Corrida. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is... you, Matt Engarde.
And here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway.
Mr. Engarde, you really did hire...
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay?
Consult? Myself?
Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway.
About time for what?
I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Engarde. Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have.
You really? So, You were Shelley de Killer's client.
You don't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, would you?
What do you mean?
And that woman, Adrien, was quite brave herself, trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer?
You're lying! What a terrible...
It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
But why? Why did you hide the video camera and...
A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrien. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins.
What?
Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deeds over their heads. And a superstar like me? How much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough answer for you, little girl.
Why? Why would you kill Mr. Corrida?
Because he was about to sling so much dung into my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they?
This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Corrida had been able to give it, then Mr. Engarde's secret would have...
Ah, well that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Corrida ended up dead.
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrien. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used. Used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed to them. Adrien fell for it, the assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone all working their butts off for me. Matt Engarde. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet.
How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked you if you had killed Juan Corrida, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone.
Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that De Killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a cat nap in my room.
You killed Mr. Corrida!
I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. But too bad. You can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? But you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do.
Mystic Maya!
You wouldn't want to test De Killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose.
You scoundrel!
So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution.
I'll get you for this!
That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course. Well, we all know how well things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer.
Maya, what am I supposed to do?
And now you've finally found it. The starting line of this case.
Edgeworth?
I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Well, Wright, what are you going to do? If you plan on changing your defense?
No! We can't do that!
That's right. He's holding Miss Fay hostage.
What should I do?
That's not something I can answer for you.
Edgeworth.
Right? Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn.
My turn?
What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own.
I am a lawyer. But to fight for someone who is clearly a killer, Matt Engarde, that man is really... Ugh.
It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system?
Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery?
Ironic that you, of all people, should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now?
Oh. Well, that may be true, but that's because I've believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get Engarde an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do.
Right, would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? You are a defense lawyer. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do.
People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict for a man I clearly know to be guilty.
Franziska. She fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all.
And? Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty.
I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless.
I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then why? Why are you here now?
The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story.
Mr. Nick! The transceiver!
I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Well then, Mr. Attorney, do you wait till you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time.
Tell me, please, why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Engarde's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer?
Right.
Please don't misunderstand things. He's my client.
Don't toy with me! A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself.
I believe you were asking me for reasons to why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is what I like to call my aftercare.
What the heck is aftercare?
My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my client for my handiwork. This is what is called client relations, and is part of an assassin's duty.
An assassin's duty?
We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end.
What is your name?
I believe I told you once before. However...
You did. But...
My name is de Killer. Shelley de Killer.
You're Shelley de Killer?
Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As de Killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain...
Maya!
It would be my duty as an assassin to see if she receives a nice long nap. Now then, if you'll excuse me, and someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome.
I don't know what to say.
Edgeworth? Did you hear that? At the end of that transmission!
Oh, that? It sounded like a cat.
A cat?
It can't be. The cat. Can it?
What is it?
I think I know where Shelley de Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all the police units head for Engarde's mansion immediately.
All right, you hurry over as well then.
Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah!
Maya!
Please, answer us! Mystic Maya!
We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape, assuming he is still in the area.
I can't believe it! That butler! All this time he was de Killer!
He and Engarde were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time.
Mr. Nick! I found a figurine of a bear! But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason.
A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Corrida? Why would something like this be here?
Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
I'm sure that's for Shu.
Do you think that this came through that little door?
This door, it's locked.
Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth! There's no one here!
From the looks of this room, I would say this is Engarde's private lounge. Look at this, Wright.
An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and a VCR! Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it.
I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. But there's no mistake someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it.
Do you think someone put that bear through the little door?
Maya probably used that door to shove the figurine out there. I'm sure it was her. Every time you give me some piece of evidence, it's always the most crucial piece. This time too, I'm sure.
Mr. Nick! There's another door back here.
Hold on, Pearls. It could be dangerous. We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away.
I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time.
And now, we've lost our only lead.
Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar.
Yeah, you're right.
We're close. I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us.
Maya.
It's really dark in here.
Yeah, the light doesn't filter in all the way, so it's hard to see, huh? What's a picture frame doing down here? This looks like a picture of Miss Impax.
Miss Impax? You mean...
Yes, Mr. Corrida's former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impax be here in Mr. Engarde's mansion?
Something's written on the corner. With love, Celeste? This might be a clue. What's wrong, Pearls?
Let me see that picture frame!
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back! There's something written on the back of the frame! Maya. It's Mystic Maya! She left us a message!
What?
I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up! You'd better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever! I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Harley, you're there too, right? make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gotta watch out for the helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later.
That's...
Right! What's wrong? Why the blank stare?
Nothing.
We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us.
Edgeworth,
Yes?
as far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing.
And what is that?
Miss Andrews' psych lock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow to blow this case wide open and expose the truth.
I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center.
Thanks, Edgeworth. Let's go. Pearls, it's time to open that last lock.
Good evening again, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill.
Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your psych lock.
Psych lock?
I want to know, and you will tell me, your secret.
Fine, go ahead. Try to break me, if you can.
Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Engarde for the murder?
I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer.
Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge.
So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I would want to take revenge for.
Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on another person. There is someone in her past that would make her take revenge.
Celeste.
There is only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. And that is Miss Impax's suicide.
What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Juan. What does all of this have to do with Matt?
You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But for you to hate Mr. Engarde, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impax. And her suicide.
Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt?
This is a photo of Miss Impax, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though.
But what?
With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impax's handwriting, isn't it?
Where did you find this? No, that's all right. It was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Engarde's mansion.
And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Celeste. She was supposed to get married to Juan.
Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Yes. Because of Matt.
Because of Mr. Engarde? I think I can see where this is going.
Celeste. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time, and I often saw the two of them together.
And that's why With Love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture.
It wasn't anything as splendid as an actual relationship. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away.
That's so horrible.
Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste. And myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste.
I see. So that's what happened.
But why did Mr. Corrida have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all.
It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement, and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most.
Poor Miss Impax!
That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds. And so that she would never again be hurt by Matt. She chose to die. And then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note.
But why would he do that?
It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge.
Revenge. There's that word again.
Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course.
And that was at the press conference after the stage show.
I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another, after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter, but I couldn't find the suicide note. And that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man?
I'm a lawyer.
I see. What a foul profession.
Thank you very much for your time, and for talking with me.
It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway.
I can't sleep either. Not with Maya's situation. Or with what I know now.